It seems like after this weekend, one man decided to Thanos snap the Street Fighter 6 timeline in what I think was probably some of the most impressive fighting game knowledge and attention to detail, and honestly just being like the maverick of pilots. Snake Eyes winning with Zangief, which is a statement that I'm sure a lot of folks would never actually think would be a reality. Let me rephrase that. Snake Eyes winning with Zangief wouldn't put it past him at any given time. The man's a goddamn genius. However, in this current timeline of what we're seeing in Street Fighter 6, I think a lot of folks would probably argue that would be an incredibly tall order. And look, there's no doubt in my mind that there are some characters in the current roster of Street Fighter 6 that have some very good tools. And there are some that have also very good tools, but not necessarily at the same level that others have. You know, characters like Zangief and even Ryu, they're at the bottom because of the lack of sauce, honestly. To the general population, I don't think they have that same appeal that they once had way back when. But with the addition of the parry system and drive rush, a lot of the cast will have to heavily rely on those tools in order to kind of make up for the lack of the seasoning that some of them don't have. And what we're seeing right now is, even though we're in the very early infancy stages of this game, we're seeing a lot of these players, these pilots, coming up with ways to make these tools work for them, and how they're going about applying these tools to their playset is what makes this game not only fun to play, but it also makes it incredibly fun to spectate. By the time this video actually hits YouTube, we've seen characters win online premier tournaments that most people would have never thought would actually be in a top 8. We saw Kimberly, I believe that came out of Capcom Pro Tour in Asia. We had a Ryu player. I think we had multiple Ryu players in the EU win some of the premier online tournaments as well. And now we have an American Zangief player winning a Capcom Pro Tour premier online tournament. So that's 3 characters that most folks would say just struggle and lack the sauce are winning tournaments. Don't really think that these characters are going to just be running the show and dominating. Realistically, you need to have the pilot that has the mindset to make those characters work for them. So it really comes down to how the tools are being put in play and how they're being used. No doubt in my mind, at some point, we're going to see Dawson's running the show for a little bit. DJs are going to start popping up here and there, and they're going to start winning some tournaments. Honda will likely have his time in the sun as well. But I think what we're seeing early on now is a good indication of what the future is going to look like for this game. It's exciting.
North America West for Canada and the US. Reynolds versus
now, what is
Snake
this
Eyes.
matchup
Honestly,
like for
really
Zangief?
tough for Snake in the first set. We'll have to see if he really early strong start.
I understand that, you know, being a Zangief player, I'm sure a lot of you could probably, you know, I'm sure it's very difficult. But I feel like with any other Zangief matchup, it's just a matter of you gotta walk it down, be patient, wait for your turn, and either make it your turn or just wait your turn, right?
To what Snake Eyes wants to do, jumping back in unison with him, trying to catch him with that jump medium punch earlier. But now
that what is that crouching medium kick from JP? That is so annoying.
Try to check it, which I think is a cool idea too. Because I'm not just gonna give up all this space. I'm gonna try something else.
That Zangief target combo is so good, especially for just checking like the drive rush.
Sandwiches them and then gets a little low afterwards.
And that does take a certain someone to be able to read that, right?
He's got to walk him all the way down this position.
I like the way he jumped out of that portal, because I feel like most folks would try to perfect parry that, myself included. I'm like, oh, let me try to parry that. If I can react fast enough, I can DP it, sure. But in that case, it's let me just jump out of the situation so I don't get grabbed.
But notice, he's not going to give up any of that estate, right? He's going to be chilling right.
Look at all that space he's got to cover. Like, look at the distance between these two. The entire match is probably where most folks get frustrated playing against the JP is how do I close this distance without using any or all of my resources just to get close to him without doing any damage. And obviously Zangief has probably the hardest time out of the entire cast to get in without losing any kind of resources. Because sitting in this position here where you've got such a distance, that is such a heavy mental toll.
really good spot still for Reynolds.
Getting caught in between those two portals are...
No, he's
Off the
at,
screen, he
he's,
walks
he's
off.
Yeah,
already
see,
had
like
it.
right there, just getting caught in
Maybe
between.
like
I feel
a
like
spike and a half.
stepping backwards
Oh, I don't know, there
would
was
be
a
so
second
much
stop.
better just to take the one poke.
Oh, sandwich him
Yeah, see, like
again.
you're sandwiched.
Oh, the second one wasn't gonna be.
Yeah, went off the screen again.
Yeah, it wasn't gonna hit because it was
Not a
off.
lot of time on the clock, though. Big jump.
Man, the
He
timing.
waited for the lariat.
Excellent
Double afterwards,
lariat.
He got it, though. Forced for the kill. Snake, guys.
Jesus.
Finding the jump, and it all paid off. I love that he didn't go for the level.
The reactions
three.
are just so
Wait for the
good.
Jump. I know you're going to do it.
Yeah, how many of you thought that the Borscht Dynamite wasn't gonna connect? Because that was mad low.
Just trying to check the
That was
drive rush.
extremely low.
See, I would have absolutely been doing that.
First game goes to Snake, and he...
Perfect. I
he had
was trying
walk him
to
down
either
do it. There's
perfect
the-
parry into drive rush, which is incredibly difficult.
He was in the front? That was... and
Also
big.
very tricky. Again, just getting sandwiched.
With the departures, anti-air is there, very sharp.
What are your options?
What was that?
Oh, I actually
Drive
know.
rush forward into spike?
Yeah, probably.
What a
ended up trying to
check.
get a crouching button maybe, and then got down input.
When you're playing at this level of Street Fighter,
Just an anticipation of a
Ye-
normal
the raw drive rush is just not gonna work.
Behind there, cost Snake Eyes.
People are starting to
Huge
adjust to that.
percentage this round because
I'm
of
seeing that even in myself because there are times where I'm like right off the jump, I'm gonna drive rush in just to kind of close the gap.
Reynolds just fishing with that crouching
Bro,
button.
people are getting smarter.
Set up the
They're just
full-
gonna check it.
Let it do all the work.
Jump back medium, but you know
It's a
what's
good
really
air to
scary
air.
about that exact scenario? If Reynolds actually goes for like the crouching heavy punch and it's still like too far away, Snake Eyes could like empty jump and get a big,
Right.
big SPD off of that. So
Oh,
I love the jump back option instead from Reynolds.
chest
Yeah,
slaps,
really
getting sandwiched.
Nice and safe, you know. very-
See, now that's interesting. Can we talk about that for a second?
Jump back option instead from Reynolds.
Yeah,
This is
very
good.
smart.
So, getting sandwiched in between these two portals, right?
Like,
Okay, so you block one, no parry,
nice and...
and then you block the other, and look what happens. Now, I don't think I've ever had this problem before, but seeing it, I don't know if it's a Zangief specific issue. As a Luke player, I don't think I've ever encountered this before. But getting auto-corrected, and it looks like the portal is hitting, the spike is hitting overhead. So I'm assuming because of where the character is standing and where the active frames are, it automatically turns him because he's blocking correctly. But getting auto-corrected to having to turn
safe.
into a grab. Is there any way to get around that? I feel like that setup is incredibly cheeky, number one. And number two, you can't even react to it because if you're facing in the opposite direction and you try to tech it, you can't tech something that's not in front of you.
Potentially could lose you the round. You gotta be careful about
That is insanity.
Getting punished for something that you should be doing like anti-air.
Safe jump setup.
Right.
Oh,
Big confirmed, too. Huge damage.
beautiful.
He's going in there.
Good Oki.
Kick afterwards, looking for Oki. Sit him down.
Oh
Headbutts.
my God. The headbutt.
Yeah, we love it.
Oh man, he wasn't.
We love that-
To be fair, yeah,
that
I don't
pressure.
Think if you're in that position as Reynolds, your drive gauge is gone. You're looking at just one more touch to death.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
not going to be spending any critical air for reversals with a drive impact.
No, I was wondering if he was going to try like OD Amnesia, and then Snake Eyes just headbutt him to death, just beating up that force.
Just
drive.
waiting for
Headbutt's
his
not
opportunity.
blocked, so doing headbutt's not that bad of an option.
Getting sandwiched. See, there's that autocorrect again. But he kept blocking. So I guess that's the only option he has is to just block and hope that he doesn't throw.
I forget actually. You could just do regular amnesia. Very.
Does he get
special
caught
case
here?
for
Yeah, he got
characters
caught
like
there.
JP, even if you don't have drive gauge, right?
Right. Yeah, very good option. Early level 3.
The sandwich. The spike sandwich. What are you? A spike sandwich.
Like, what do you do? I guess you just kind of have to.
Man, now,
I feel like there
Bucket
are
is looking
options,
pretty
right,
rough here for
to get
Snake
out of
Eyes.
that sandwich, but it's safer to just sit
Another one.
in between them and wait.
Buy one, get one free.
Again, this goes back to being able to be a maverick pilot, right? Just knowing
Yeah. Tough spot to
it's
see
not
it,
my
though.
time yet. I have to just wait. It's not my time.
Man, look at him just chopping away. I love that he didn't
Looking-
back up. He's
looking
like,
for
I'm
his
just sitting here,
opportunity.
fighting for the space.
Yeah, that
Now
counter
he's
hit. He was
still
looking for his
around.
for his
Reynolds,
chance.
instead of running, he's like, okay, I have such a big lead. I'm just gonna walk you down and beat you up. I think that's a very smart thing to recognize that he didn't need to back away. right?
Check
He had such a
again,
big lead.
dude. Look, I mean, just the first reaction
Walking
right
in and
off the
beat you up, I
bat.
think that's a very smart thing to recognize that.
Drive rush into chest chop. Boom. Incredible. I mean, that it just you see it coming. Most of that stuff you could probably react to. I've done it before plenty of times. I could, if I see someone drive rushing in, I'll level 2 if I have it. But again, this level of Street Fighter is what separates the higher level players from the players that are still kind of at that plateau and they haven't been able to break past that yet. Being able to check that stuff on reaction it really does take. It's just incredible.
And I feel like he hasn't done so in the couple of times over against Snake Eyes, unless it was like a whiff one, him coming in, and it just didn't get to anti-air. Oh, that's a great
There's a
parry.
good perfect parry there.
For this. Yeah, he gets to drain some of that drive gauge. I love the combos into the drive impact.
Yeah, it's a good option. That's a good thing to start working into your rotation too. Is start utilizing the drive impact to push them away to drain their meter.
Pretty tall in stature.
To get you ahead on meter, right? Because that's also a good strategy is to, how can I put myself ahead of this? Even though I might not have a life lead, if I can drain your meter, I'll have better options than you do.
And Reynolds waiting for that drive gauge to come back here. Yeah. So now he has a gauge if he wants to go for the drive.
That is so tricky. Yeah, that is insanely tricky. Like, what do? You don't know where he's gonna land, in front of you, behind you, whatever.
Pretty clean in that round. We'll see how it goes this time around. Snake Eyes already taking the initiative to move forward.
Doing a smart job of like picking good spots to approach too. I mean, I think that's like the underrated skill that
that's tough.
To have. Wow, what a pickup!
The pickup.
That's tough.
Yeah, Reynolds, like, he's running and throwing portals and stuff and zoning, but he's also just approaching Zangief.
Oof.
Yeah, stuff like that, right? He's approaching in times that are really
Getting
tough
sandwiched, the autocorrect again. Doesn't go for the throw.
Oh, no. Hey, no punish. That's not too bad for Snake Eyes. A little bit of a reliever.
Yeah, a little late. And look, he's just harassing with it. He found out. He's like, oh, you don't have an option for this? I'm just going to do this over and over.
That's pretty. I feel like it's pretty dangerous for a JP player to
Punish?
sit inside the telephone booth with Zangief and just kind of poke away and chop.
Wild. Look at that. That's going to be a game on the board.
You mean to tell me how much time he has to just need to jump and throw out the cane?
That's pretty crazy.
Driver and just taking some time to think about it for Snake.
A single emote use.
No.
That's serious.
This is where things start to get
qualifier moment. We're keeping our
like
stern.
just superhero level type shit here.
Snake.
I wonder what it is, man. No way he's dropping stuff like this.
Just waiting for his chance. The blocks. Up until that point.
You would be like far enough to kind of get like a jump punish on that. Snake Eyes thought the same thing, but that hitbox is pretty deceptive.
There's it's interesting. The spikes don't necessarily do that much on the OD meter on raw block.
Yeah. Oh, a little late, but he still got
Appreciate the subscription. Thank you, Nasty.
No punish on the sweep. Level 1.
But you know what? Every time I'm pushed away, I'm constantly just parry because I don't want to lose meter. I think in reality, it's like, you know what? I can take this. I don't have to necessarily worry about trying to get a perfect parry. I could just kind of sit there and block it, and I'll get it back as long as I walk forward. Because you get a decent amount of meter back. Builds back pretty quickly when you start walking forward.
Looking for the chip damage now, but he's within a throw away. This is so scary. Reynolds tried to jump out.
Those headbutts, man.
See this SPD, right? No, he lets them
go for it.
Out.
A lot of chip. Yeah, you can't do much about that.
He didn't want to risk the SPD. I totally understand because Reynolds, he got hit by the headbutt twice trying to run away. So I think it's a smart choice. But then Reynolds gets that space, gets that zoning, and now
caught
him.
Amazing.
Jackhammer. No, the other one goes for the side swap. Still, man, you gotta feel like he spent those 2 bars.
Oh my God!
Oh boy! Yeah, the spike.
Yeah.
Good grief, man!
Again, this is gonna be prime position to look at tournament point. While Snake Eyes in this corner, he has a couple of shots to get out.
I love that he just goes for offense here. By the way, he still has the lead, but he's like, why not? Jump again. Snake Eyes trying a new idea. Anti-air looks good. Reynolds so close to closing this one out. That is such a
big. Let me go back. I know the whole combo is gonna be amazing, right? That right there. So. If you can react fast enough, right? Getting rid of the EX portals, one tap, they're gone. They're gone. That whole situation, you don't have to worry about being sandwiched.
And he baits the counter.
Baits out the amnesia.
Nothing too big though. Jab check. Reynolds with full.
And just turn the tide. Just that reaction alone.
And that's the kill.
Turn the tide of that round.
Oh boy.
Ooh, nice
you can see it. Reynolds being a
Some
lot more
lights.
aggressive. He sees the finish line. However,
there's that autocorrect again.
Snake Eyes and Zangief.
Yeah, just look at this. Pierce. A lot more zoning. He stopped going for any kind of offensive approach. Just recognize that maybe this is the look he needs to try to put on the screen here and make Snake Eyes deal with it for a while.
Yeah, I know Snake Eyes is
Dude, the patience is just...
Throwing out some of the parries on the way out, but now he's just
You have to be
walking
in
down.
like
Right
this
now, I think for
this
Reynolds,
mindset.
Yeah, it's gonna be a moment as soon as he gets the center from him, he is smoothing on out
complete
of
and
there.
total zen.
Not too much of a confirm.
Just
Actually.
gonna walk
Could've been
this
something
out.
big into a level 3 even, but didn't get it. Yeah, look at that. He ran away and then he went back in for harassment. Unsafe on that though. And there's one of again. Very
Everyone's
few
favorite.
times we've seen so far, but he does go for
The
it.
blocks.
Reynolds drive gauge.
Oh,
and
wow, what a
actually-
miss.
That's huge. He has level 3. He just built this, so he goes to the level 2 here. It's gonna be burnout.
Yeah,
now
let
for
it
Reynolds.
rip so you can burn him out.
Oh, boy.
What a setup.
Here. Oh, heavy kick calls
Wow.
the Porsche, and now he's one guess away.
Dynamite.
Cleaning this up.
Get in there.
Ooh,
Yeah.
all the way.
Wake up.
He thought Snake Eyes was going to be big chilling in the corner or something. Just mid-screen, he thought he was
Just
going to move
incredible.
forward.
Yeah,
It's just
and
incredible.
That was it. I mean, it looked like Reynolds' game. Just like that, we have potential reset now. This is
That
a
autocorrect again, man.
Gotta be the big wake-up
Oh,
call.
that'd be so
Like,
frustrating.
A little bit more of a calm approach, at least going into
I did the
first
right
round.
thing. I blocked, but I got turned around.
Number 5.
Not on my own accord.
A lot of different looks as well. A little bit of a stutter step. Snake Eyes wasn't gonna. He wasn't gonna fall for it.
Oh, that whiff.
Hey, hey, no big punish
Again.
against them.
Yeah, if you ever block the area like that, you can just hit drive,
Jump in.
and you always get a punish on it. You always get the punish.
Starting to really get into a groove here,
That's what Reynolds should be looking
right?
for.
Now we're hot. Now we're striking while the iron's hot, you know? Look at the
Like,
checks.
Look at him go, man. Snake Eyes really caging him.
I'll
in the
take
corner
that
here.
trade. I'll jump in if I get checked on it, whatever. The fact that I can still stay close to you, fine. I'll take that. No problem.
Yeah, he looks great. I have to say, Snake Eyes' adjustments looking solid.
Again, the
here.
autocorrect throw.
This is a chance for Reynolds to set up and try to get some zoning going here.
That I would assume would be the right thing to do. Step back, allow it to poke.
Quite literally.
And he missed time.
Crazy.
He gets thrown out. Potential.
Yeah, it's better to stay behind, right, chat? Stay behind the portal, let it poke, as opposed to being directly underneath it so you don't get auto-corrected.
Level
I
one.
also thought the same exact thing.
Reynolds is trying to make something happen, but it feels like Snake
The
is
rush
more
down, JP,
comfortable
huh?
Walking him down, finding whip punishes.
Getting
finding
sandwiched.
opportunities to hit him, stuff the portals.
Doesn't go for the throw. See, if I saw the autocorrect as JP, I would be... I'm tossing your ass.
Reynolds, I totally
You're getting scooped.
Get rid of Snake Eyes' gauge. There's a level 1. It's too far.
That level 1, man.
That's a big whiff.
Has any Zangief player ever gotten any mileage off of that level 1?
Feeling like he's comfortable in this round now that Snake Eyes is full screen, down a meter, down a lot of drive gauge.
He's getting there too. Close
What
to
a
burn
jump.
four, so I thought committing to that sequence.
What a
Snake
jump.
Eyes finding a way to thread the needle.
Jackhammer.
It's enough to the reset just
It's
like
it's
that.
biblical.
3-2 after a beatdown in that winner's finals. Stinky.
All right,
Like,
bracket
that's gonna be
reset.
like the-
Grand final
the
reset.
response. He was like, how did you guys let me do
First
this?
to 3.
Imagine if
The
it would've
momentum
been-
is on.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing.
Zangief's
In
side
modern
here,
games,
right?
It's very rare that even the weak characters are not playable, right? Like, that's just how modern games are. They're
It is very
usually,
rare, yeah.
they're usually balanced. So that's the case. That they're
Yeah,
not just equal.
Sajam
Man,
said it
no
best,
punish.
man.
It's very much so winnable.
I
Reynolds
agree.
Gotta drive out impact is hilarious, I think.
Wah.
That's the answer if you're looking for one.
Is Zangief's drive rush relatively short compared to most of the cast? Like if you drive rush with Zangief next to DJ, DJ's gonna run an entire mile around Zangief.
Capitalizing, which is going to be a big detriment now. The more options you give Snake Eyes,
Yeah.
man, the scarier he'll be.
Every interaction where you let Zangief get away with something is just really, really scary. Because then he could just kill you off of one thing, and you're like, well, and he pulled all the way up. A lot of drive gauge loss.
Every big
Perfect
miss
parry,
on
man.
punish is polluting the timeline.
Yeah, there's that drain.
Too
early.
You're polluting the
Ooh,
timeline.
Too early. Well, you get level 2, right? Oh, I was going to say, I thought Zangief level 2
That's
was
tough.
the answer there, but... Oh,
Oh,
What a
that
drop.
Was the most Reynolds thing.
Oh, what a
That
drop.
was genuinely the Reynolds patented.
What a drop.
Defeat from the jaws of victory. That is rough right there. He had the
Chest slap.
heavy cane
He
too,
had
and
the
then-
anything.
Yeah.
Again, there's that
Brutal.
crouching medium
Oh,
to
no.
check the portals.
But hey, more for Snake Eyes.
What a check. I'll take that trade too, man.
With a spike sandwich. He's eating that. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He flexes on the way over to the ghost. I ain't afraid of no ghosts and Ghostbuster stuff. I like that. Dr. Stanley.
Ooh, big jump. Snake Eyes with a chance here. He's got a lot of meter too. Was that
Any
level
other
2?
day, I
Yeah.
figured that jump in would have actually hit.
Oh, flex on him again. Oh, the hell stab. Right in the shins.
So plus. Reynolds just blocks it out.
So
though.
Zangief's level 2 is actually good,
Enough to kill. SPD will kill
but
him out.
only in certain situations.
Gotta be very careful about that. Snake keeps it tight.
I'll take that trade.
And the walk down stuffs him, so he doesn't have any portals anymore. One hit'll do it now for Snake Eyes.
The check.
There it is. Checks the drive rush. He's
Jesus,
now winning
man.
the set.
Does all about the long set. Snake Eyes now.
Yeah, this
With
guy.
punish.
Ah,
That was
Oh,
meaty.
that's-
So
that right
meaty,
there is
dude.
The big emotional drainage right there. That forward heavy punch is going to be so much against Reynolds.
I can't imagine the mental gymnastics right now. So we've got not only a grand finals reset.
Reynolds is not letting the counter rip very much, so.
No.
Reynolds
Not even really
is now down 3 games, right? He lost 3 in a row.
The drive rushes. It's just like it feels like in neutral.
In a matchup that is entirely in his favor.
Medium kick, sweep, stops them on the
Man,
dash in.
Yeah, I can't imagine the mental gymnastics right now. I can't imagine. Playing angry or playing frustrated? Oh boy.
His mental fortitude slowly starting to collapse.
It's a back though. There's a lot of space. Snake very close to burnout as well.
It seems like he's throwing everything,
As well.
including the kitchen sink at him, and it seems to not
Reynolds kind of
really
put
be
the brakes
working.
on And then now let the drive gauge come back for Snake. Punish. Unsafe on that. Misses the
catching him.
mark, And you just went a little all in there. Snake
I don't know. He's going for these certain setups, right? Those portals are incredibly crucial to how JP can get some mileage, right? But at the same time, it seems like he's constantly just going for that in hopes that he'll be able to sandwich him and keep him out when
over and over, get the space, get the zoning going.
Snake Eyes has proven that he could just... It's like, yeah, he could throw it out there, but I'm gonna sit here and eat it, and it's not gonna really do anything to me.
Oh, he looked away at that moment
Yeah.
too.
And
He's
there
like,
you go.
"Wait a minute."
Give him the no look. Corner position
Now he's got
Snake.
now he's got corner advantage. Amazing.
It was either that or-
Oh
he
yeah,
messed up my-
buttery
my left.
duffs.
Oh, I thought he might SPD the landing right there. Doesn't
There it
go
is.
for it.
Uh-oh.
SPD
Scope.
One guess away from Snake Eyes being up 2-0. Is he jumping? No, he's backdashing. And he just parries and gets out of there.
That's big brain, dude.
Level
Let me
2
back
Snake
out. Let me
basically
give you some
nothing off
space.
there for Reynolds.
Oh
He
yeah,
missed
man.
it all. And that's one of those guesses where like if he cancels into the Kane special, the eye does beat it, right? So Reynolds committing
Incredible.
back crouching medium kick just got him clipped. 2-0.
Uh-oh.
Snake Eyes 1 game away from ruining everybody's timelines, ruining all the Twitter discourse for the next, I don't even know, month, year.
Oh,
I
man.
think, especially for the casual audience, it's like, oh, Zangief's pretty good.
Yeah. Look at him performing miracles out there. What a player. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, yeah, Zangief, is he one of the weaker characters? Sure. But he's still definitely a very playable character.
Very much
Snake
so.
Eyes makes
In
it-
the right
Yeah,
hands,
he's ridiculous. Snake Eyes is putting in a lot of work.
you can make magic happen. I
You
know
were
that for a
kidding when you
fact.
said Snake Eyes puts Zangief in the background.
Yeah, he does. Which is impressive. That's a big dude.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Heavy kick.
The
all way in.
boots.
Look at the sweep, too.
Just throwing leather to his face.
When everything starts landing and going Snake Eyes' way, you already know he's in your head.
Yeah, I don't think a slugfest is very good in this matchup for JP, I would guess, but it's kind of what they're playing now.
As soon as you say that, yeah.
I wonder if it's maybe like a lack of confidence in
Or so I thought. Now it's
playing
like
up
just
close with
push
JP, right? Because I've played against JP players that
just kinda deter Snake Eyes from moving
they couldn't care
forward.
less to do any kind of zoning. Like, let me get in your grill and
Oh,
just
the drive rush,
mix
one
you
guess
up.
away from this round. Walked up. Oh, man, that was scary. Only one portal, though, because he walked the other one off the screen.
because you could definitely do both.
Checking with the low mediums again.
Oh, my.
He's mostly
Oh,
looking for the
boy.
departure, but a lot of
Dude,
people
the
have been
reaction
taken
on that.
It's the second time he's been punished.
So good.
He's not keeping tabs of how much meter Snake Eyes has.
Yeah, he hasn't done like heavy into the feint pool or anything like that. We haven't seen that much from Reynolds. So now, tournament points. Snake Eyes Zangief trying to qualify.
This
for
really
the
is
Cup.
just like
Ooh, doesn't get the sweep in time.
the
No punish
underdog
Reynolds.
story here.
Damn, the touch
Oof, what a
spot
whiff.
coming in.
Yeah, throw bait on that. So Snake Eyes got to work his way back in. Big deficit now. Walk back at speed.
Scope.
Yeah, it's a lot of
Beautiful.
damage too. It really hurts. On punish counter, you're just like, well, there goes my life bar. There goes my drive gate. Big
What
jump from
a
Snake.
jump. Oh my
Lights and
goodness.
reset into it, too. Okay, it's gonna be lights. If that was SPD, maybe
No
within
drive
range,
rush.
perhaps.
Yeah, he didn't go for the confirm off of it, walking him down now.
He
Reynolds
can
is
eat that.
so
No,
lost.
there's that autocorrect again.
He was just working out for Snake Eyes. Every interaction, he just
That
walks
I'm
out,
pretty
he's
sure
not
that has worked
kind of
100% of the time.
11
11 out of 10 times that autocorrect into grab is gonna work.
You know, play it nice and
Yeah,
safe,
throw it out
pull
there.
off the screen. And this zoning is all happening, but Snake Eyes lost no health.
Yeah.
I love that jump back instead of just taking whatever it is that Reynolds was trying to jump in with. Oh, this is gonna be. Oh,
That's level
not even
2,
a
by
back.
the way. So if you're Reynolds, you have to be very careful about canceling into a ghost. Oh my
That
God.
autocorrect, he didn't go for the grab. Well, he's too far.
Level 2 available. One more hit puts him in burnout. He jumps in.
There's that burnout.
To get the burnout as well, but it won't deter Snake Eyes, right?
Oh, he jumps back, gets it out of the air. Doesn't combo though. Chip is still scary, but you know he's turning on that level 2. He
What
gets
was
the
that?
Wow.
Oh my, not enough to kill or anything.
Departure,
Look at that,
double
just
time.
walking him down.
He doesn't want to cancel because he doesn't want to get level
Chilling.
2, which
I'm
means
good.
has to just back
Just gonna
off.
walk
He's
you down
stuck in
here.
the portal, 1 hit away. Snake Eyes, 1 hit from doing this, and that'll do it. Snake
Amazing.
Eyes qualifies for
Absolutely,
Capcom Cup
absolutely
with
incredible.
Zangief.
Really.
3-0 in our grand final.
Look at this man.
reset over
3-0. Just look at this. 3-0. A reset into a reverse sweep. That is just. If I was wearing a hat, I would tip it to you, sir. That incredible. Just an amazing, amazing job. Now, if we've learned anything from this match, obviously the lab is your best friend in this game. You could pretty much do anything you need to do in that lab to understand what it is that you're struggling with. His meter management was just absolutely on point, and not necessarily using it just to try to close the gap, obviously wanting to get close to JP as Zangief. That's where you're going to thrive. But even then, it was just a matter of trusting and allowing things to kind of flesh out by themselves and waiting for your turn to come up. That is a prime example of just big brain, huge IQ gameplay. I'm sure any character you put in the hands of someone like Snake Eyes, he's going to thrive with him because he's bringing a specific approach to the game versus just saying, my character has X, Y, and Z options, and I'm going to use these to win, versus my character has X, Y, and Z options. When can and when can't I use them? And when's the best opportunity to do so? What we've learned from this is you need to level up. You need to level up. Not playing a different character. Yeah, sure, some characters are easier to play than others, and they give you a lot of options. But if you want to break past that level, to get to the next step in whatever your journey is in Street Fighter or fighting games in general, you need to level up. That's what this tells me here. It's really just incredible stuff. Job well done to Snake Eyes, for real. Job well done.